Hey, it's from experience. Today we're talking about something that changed the way I carry myself. Stopping explaining myself to people. And I want to be specific about what I mean, because I don't mean being secretive. I don't mean shutting people out. I mean stopping the habit of justifying your decisions to people who don't actually have a say in them. Because here's what I've noticed. Anytime you do something outside of what's expected, anytime you take a path that looks different from what the people around you would choose, it becomes a topic. People want to understand it, want to weigh in on it, want to tell you what they think about it, as if their opinion is something you asked for. I felt this when I decided to move abroad for a year. It meant putting my degree on pause, stepping off the timeline I was supposed to be on, doing something that from the outside probably looked like I was falling behind on everything I was supposed to be building. And people had thoughts about it. Friends, people who genuinely cared about me, people whose opinions I valued in other areas of my life. And yeah, there was a moment where I wondered if I was making the wrong call. That doubt is real. I'm not going to pretend it wasn't there. Because when the people around you are all questioning something you've decided, it gets in your head a little. Even when you know what you want. Even when you've thought it through 100 times. But here's what I did with it. I kept my explanations short. Not because I was being defensive, not because I didn't have reasons. I had plenty of reasons. But because I was clear on one thing. Nobody in that conversation had a say in what I did with my life. So when people pushed back, when they questioned it, when they gave me that look that said, "Are you sure about this?" I just said, "This is something I want to do, and when else am I going to do it?" And that was usually enough, because there's no real argument against that. When else are you going to do it is one of the most honest questions you can ask yourself. And when you say it out loud to someone questioning you, it tends to end the conversation pretty quickly. That year abroad has been one of the best decisions of my life. I've grown more in this one year than in several years before it combined. Made friends I wouldn't trade for anything. Seen things, done things, become someone I'm genuinely proud of. And my degree is still there, waiting for me, going nowhere. And here's the part I find kind of funny. The same people who question the decision now say they wish they could do something like that. And that's always how it goes, isn't it? The people who questioned you end up admiring the outcome. Not because they were bad people for questioning it, but because they were measuring your decision against their own fears, their own idea of what was safe, their own version of the right timeline that has nothing to do with your life. And that's the thing about unsolicited opinions. They're almost never really about you. They're about what the other person would or wouldn't do in your position. What would make them comfortable? What fits their idea of how things are supposed to go? Which is exactly why you don't owe them a detailed explanation. A short, honest answer is enough. This is what I want. This is when I can do it. And then you go and do it. Because the people who matter, the ones who are actually in your corner, will come around when they see the results. They might not understand the decision at first, but they'll respect the outcome. And the ones who don't come around, who keep doubting even after you've proven it, they were never really in your corner to begin with. Nobody gets to decide what you do with your life but you. Not your friends, not the people who love you, not whoever's opinion you've been giving more weight than it deserves. Just you. And the sooner you stop explaining yourself like they have a vote, the freer you become. That is all for this one. If any of this resonated with you, drop a comment below. Subscribe for more from experience. Catch you in the next one.